Greetings to everybody, greetings to everyone, greetings to everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you are. Hopefully, this day is treating you well. Um, Guys, these things, there are things that are quite amazing in this beautiful country of ours, you know, but I won't dwell much into things. But yeah, guys, I want to come to this one thing. Guys, the Madlanga Commission. I'm not talking about any other commission. I'm going to talk about the Madlanga Commission. The Madlanga Commission, guys, we are seeing the results, guys. So that means the taxpayers, who really funded or who made it possible for the Madlanga to be where it is today, they can also smile. Even though there are so many things that we still are not satisfied with, but with everything that is going on, yes, it gives us that briefing that, we are working as Madlanga Commission. So Madlanga Commission is working, guys. So another issue that I want to, bring into someone who might have thought that, there are people who are untouchable. You know what? The law will touch them. And when the law touches them, they will feel the pinch of that law. There are few people, who see themselves like they are untouchable. And the great results are starting, to show off that, through dedicated cops out there who are busy investigating this case that seems to have these untouchable people, we are seeing the results. Hopefully, when that is done, it won't just only sit or ends there. It will go further and further to the point where, there will be a conviction or a sentence, because really, guys, we are sick and tired of seeing that there is so much of resources that are wasted. Guys, we get taxed big time, and Taxman is not playing with us, because if you look, the amount that the Taxman deducts, from our salary is higher than the pension or retirement fund that is being deducted. What is that? Where we're supposed to invest more into our retirement fund, we end up seeing ourselves paying more for Taxman. Is that a fair game? It doesn't look to be fair. Remember, you have like medical aid that deducts from you. You've got like pension fund that deducts from you. You've got like so many things, before the end results, which is a net salary, your net or your outcome, So with your outcome, and you see how much is your gross income, and you see your net salary is so low, and how high it is for the tax that is deducted from your salary, and how much is your retirement fund that goes to your savings, or that goes into your monies that you will get when you retire. It's so little, and yet the cost of living is so high. There should be a balance of probabilities there, because as we look into this, is really, really very costly for not only not only uh, for those who are working, also for those who are not working. Because remember, you go to a grocery store to buy some food, and you find 1 liter of milk, you know, cost more than your bread. And your bread is also sitting on its own level. It is made also so difficult for you to even buy, flour where you can sustain yourself, or you can make your own bread, and you weigh the scale, you see, okay, you've got like a 2.5 kg of flour, cost around almost 40 rand, and you've got like bread that costs around 22 to 23 rand. It depends to the brand you are choosing, because there are brands that are higher than the price that I'm mentioning. Guys, the cost of living is really, really, really. When you see the cost of living, it's so high to the point where you don't really see the point of, most especially for those who are working for government, because I believe for private sectors, at least that pinch is not, but for those who are, who fall under GEPF, I am telling you, that's where they feel the pinch, because the government is not playing. Remember, there was some time where, around last year, where government decided to deduct or to take, monies from workers or from government employees. Governments decided to take money from their pension. It depends to the bracket or the level you are in, and then they took a lot. So it's so sad that when you see someone who is working for government and you think, they are living large, Taxman is not playing with them. And as Taxman is not playing with them, they make sure that they take even from where where it gets so confusing is that they even take from your retirement fund monies, not just 1,000 rand. I'm talking about 100 to 400 to a million. Monies you work for years, building up, or investing, but they are taking from your investment. And you can ask those people, they will tell you that the government won't bring back or give back what the government took from them. So it doesn't matter how things look to be, but you need to understand the level and the things that these people are dealing with. Let's talk about this one thing. Like I started this with Madlanga Commission. Madlanga Commission, we can see that there are those who are being taken into questioning, and there are those who are linked to cases that are very serious, that has to do now with funds, that has to do with tenders, that has to do with so many things. And it's so sad, they even robbed Tembisa Hospital. I'm talking about lots and lots of monies. And there are so many things that are happening under the umbrella of tender. Not talking about politics, I'm talking about something that affects us all in this country. Because these things that are being awarded to certain individuals who don't even have any form of a business or any skill, and there are people who are sitting home who have that skill, and whenever they do their applications are not successful, or they don't get successful because they don't know somebody within that department or that specific environment where they can submit those things to, so that it can skip like any other. There are people who are submitting and who've been submitting for years, and you can see their business is legit. As legit it is, they cannot get any funds from the government, and yet there are people out there who manipulate the system, who work their ways to get on top. And then those who study for these businesses that they really qualify for, they don't get those opportunities. It's so sad. And then we get people like the 70-year-old parliamentarian, minister or whatsoever, who gets to tell people, youth, us, that we are this, we are that, where when we do applications or when we submit, in whatever post we don't get, or in whatever venture we don't get anything. Because of what? Because of them. They don't know us. As they don't know us, they intend, or they will do what pleases them. They will take things that are supposed to go to people who really deserves it for their own blood. That's so sad what is going on within this country. You can say I'm talking bad. I'm not talking bad, but this is really eating us. We are young. We want to prosper, and we don't see that coming, because things are held or are being handled by people who don't even deserve to handle those things. Funds are going to directions that are not supposed to be going. This is how everything seems to be. And those people, they see themselves as, higher than the law. But when that dice spin in a way that it spin, they start to call it something else. Remember, whatever time you decide to expose whatsoever that you encounter, you must, in our times, you must be very cautious. You must be very, very careful. We know of people that exposed, more especially this hospitals thing. When they exposed that hospital things, then they started to be taken out. Whatever you expose in this country, sometimes it may come back and bite you back. Not bite you back because you have absolutely nothing wrong you have done. It's just that it's how everything seems to be, put to each and every one of us. But we won't be shattered, and we won't give up. We will keep on hunting and keep on hunting till we get there. And no one is bigger than the law. And we see also the results from whatsoever investigations that are being done. Some people who are high ranking, you know, parliamentarians, and so on and so forth, are being arrested. And it's not like we want them to be embarrassed, but they should feel very, very, very ashamed of themselves that they get to be arrested, because we always look up to these people. Our mothers and fathers put their votes, our brothers and sisters, they put their votes, thought that they are doing what is right for their beloved country. And yet those people that will place them there, they seem to do things to enrich themselves. But this is what we always encounter in this beloved country. Ever since it was left by Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, and so on. And we know those who really made it sure that they do what is right, you know. But we are not there. We are here now. So what is the plan? What is a plan? Because we can see that things are not going the way we thought they would be going. We are not looking for handouts. All we want, when we make applications to things that we feel we deserve to apply as qualifications shows, let it be. And as experience shows, let it be for those people that do make applications. You know, even if it's for tender, even if it's for a small business, whatever, let it be. Not the person who comes from nowhere suffer because of someone, you know, who knows people. We don't know people who are on high places, you know, but we make these applications. Let these applications be applications that at least get to be seen. That's all we want. Back to the pension fund. Taxman is really taxing us big, and is taxing us big. I can also put myself there, because when I go to the shop to buy something, you know, there is what we call VAT added tax, you know, VAT. It does really do something, you know. I don't get bread same price I used to get in 1999, you know, and things, when we thought that because of we are, you know, really developing country, we are getting there, we thought that there are certain things, you know, will be able to generate itself, but it's not. There is a pollution that affects so much, like rain and all that. You know, if you plant something, it takes like months for that to even come out or to show, you know, its fruits. It takes a lot of months, you know, and things now you need to uh, make some ways, such as fertilizer. That's also something that is expensive, you know. So we live in that time where we feel like we are really getting doomed, and it's so sad. It's so sad.